How are we going, folks? Welcome back to the Nightmare Cabin. I've got an album review for you, and we're going to be talking about Category 7. If you saw my interview with John Bush a week or two ago, yeah, I encourage you to go and watch that. I was really glad to speak to him, and it was one of those frustrating things when as soon as I hung up the call, I thought of about 2 or 3 questions to ask him. I wanted to ask him about Hellraiser 3 and stuff like that, but I must have been too starstruck to speak about it. So there you go. But anyway, the album is finally here. Nice presentation for the case. Was this Metal Blade Records? Yeah, Metal Blade. Nice little digipack. I haven't even looked at this booklet yet. Let's see if there's anything good in here. There you get individual pictures of the band members and lyrics and all that good stuff. It looks like all the lyrics were written by John Bush, and Mike Orlando and Phil Demmel seem to do the lion's share of the writing. In fact, it looks like they do all of it, either both of them or one or the other. Yeah, right, let's get into it then. So I guess you could call it a super group. I know bands don't like that, but the term didn't come out of nowhere, and sometimes the hat just fits. And everyone in the band more or less is signed to Metal Blade one way or another, so it looks like the record label did put it together. Mind you, no, Jack Gibson's in Exodus, they're Nicola Blast, aren't they? Who knows? But yeah, supergroup, side project, whatever you want to call it. And it's their debut album. Let's go through the lineup then. So obviously you've got John Bush from Armoured Saint, formerly of Anthrax, on vocals. You've got Jack Gibson, mainly known for being a bass player in Exodus, so has been in Exodus since Exodus reformed. So he's been on everything from Tempo of the Damned onwards, really. In fact, no, he would have been on that live album they did with Paul Bailoff, Another Lesson in Violence, wasn't it? Yeah, pretty much since they reformed, he's been him and Gary Holt have been. Well, no, you could say he's been more consistent than Gary Holt, because Gary Holt fucked off the Slayer for a couple of years. So, Metal Allegiance as well. He's been in, obviously, Jason Bittner on drums from Shadows Fall, and then in Overkill. Apparently he was in Prong for 5 minutes. Oh, he even did an album with Flotsam and Jetsam. So, yeah, no slouch on the drums there. I think he's a rising star in the drumming world. Phil Demmel on guitar. Obviously Violence, Machine Head, obviously the Metal Allegiance as well, and now he's in Kerry King's solo band. And then Mike Orlando, who was in Adrenaline Mob, but he's also been involved in Nocturnal. Nocturnal, if you remember, if you're a regular viewer of the channel, were that fantastic band that opened up for Paul Di'Anno, must have been last year. Oh, yeah, here we go. Fantastic album, Cosmic Redemption. Check out my review of these. Did a cool live album DVD package as well. These guys are touring non-stop. When you look at their oh, is that Mike on the back there? Yeah, it looks like him. Yeah, that's him. Yeah. So Mike Orlando has also produced and mixed the album as well. So, yeah, with a lineup like that, it's going to be a great band, regardless of the circumstances. I mean, even they just did covers. So musically speaking, summed up, it pretty much does what it says on the tin, really. You've got, obviously, Mike Orlando, Nocturnal are quite a melodic band. Adrenaline Mob were a bit groove, quite melodic as well. So a bit of classic metal, and then you've got Phil Demmel, who's got more of a heavier, thrash backgrounds. Obviously Jack Gibson and Jason Bittner as well. So it's not exactly a thrash album, but it's got thrashy elements. It's got complicated drum parts and some fast structures, the way the riffs come together. The songs tend to start out with quite a nice bit of like a shreddy riff, that go nice and fast, and then they all kind of settle into a groove, not normally around the chorus. In Stitches, the opening track is great. There's been a video for that. Land I Used to Love's got a great chorus as well, with a nice sort of widdly chorus, like riff under the chorus. Exhausted is a favourite of mine. Again, big groove on that one. And I think it really comes down to, the music's good, it's interesting and everything, but it's John Bush's vocals. He just writes earworm songs. They take a couple of times to listen to, but he always writes a really good chorus. He always has like really practical lyrics as well, and he has a way of sort of just moulding himself into the music, and it works really well here. Apple of Discord's got this nice got like a stomping riff to it, kind of think Rocket from the Crypt on a Rope, or Safe Home by Anthrax. It's got that that choppy sort of, you can't help but nod your head to it. It's 10 tracks in total. I think it's about 50 minutes, and it closes, so you got 9 tracks, and then it closes with a pretty impressive instrumental, which is about it's about 8 minutes, and it's just a really good jam, really, and pretty impressive. So overall, I mean, this is a good, solid metal album, basically, with thrashier elements here and there, some cool structures, changes in tempo, and but yeah, generally settles into a groove and a nice dose of melody when needed. So it's think like a classic modern heavy metal album with a good modern crunch to it as well, good modern bit of heaviness, but yeah, with tons of melody and tons of hooks. And it's always a treat to hear vocals from John, but it's an all-star lineup, really. It's great to see Phil Demmel back in. He's busy now, obviously, with the Kerry King, the new Kerry King band. Jason Bittner as well just seems to be doing the rounds at the moment. I think he's always going to be in work as a drummer, as long as another band bigger than Overkill don't grab him. But yeah, it's definitely a grower. I definitely enjoy it more the more I listen to it. There's subtle touches here and there that just seep in the more you listen to it, and the songs do become earworms. You do get to the point where you end up singing a chorus to yourself, or you end up getting a riff stuck in your head. It's a good solid 7 out of 10, maybe an 8 on a good day, but I'd like to see, it's pretty much, that they've put together a solid album, but they've not put together a very distinctive album yet. And I think that's the key word, yet. I'd like to see another couple of albums from the bands. I reckon around the third album they'll carve out a bit more of an identity for themselves. At the moment, it's all a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and it's all sort of throwing everything at the wall, and it's all very solid, very, it's all structured nicely. There's no way this lineup wasn't going to put together a good album. But if this was just the only album they ever did, I think it would kind of fade into the background, and it would just be like, oh, do you remember that? Oh, well, if you like Armoured Saint and you like John Bush, oh, have you ever heard Category 7? It would be a nice little hidden gem to add to the collection. I'd like to see Category 7 develop and carry on over the next couple of albums. Whether that's going to happen or not remains to be seen. But I think it'd be good. I'd like to see it. So, yeah, hopefully this album does catch on. Hopefully the band do end up touring and doing a few gigs. That will help as well. And yeah, I would like to see Category 7 step out of the supergroup side project banner, which they're inevitably going to be put under at the moment. Hopefully they grow beyond that. But again, remains to be seen. The potential's there. So, yeah, we'll see. Overall, though, really good, solid album. I'm enjoying it, and I think it's worth your time. So, yeah, that's about all. And I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching.